guys, sorry about that. My power cut out, and apparently power in this whole area was out for a few moments there. And I don't know if somebody hit a pole or what happened, but it's back on now. So um, I'll take it. You know. All right. Well, it cut off that fight. I think it was going fairly well. I'm not sure. We'll try it again in a minute, but first I'm going to start an auto fight over here, and that way we can have that going while we go try this again. All right. See if I can remember where that was. Events, and then Immortal Codex. I'm tempted to go look at the shop that Cody mentioned earlier, but I'm going to instead just go on in and try it again. Lord of Sticks, Stage 4, Challenge. Alright, now, can I remember how I had it that time? I think I had set it up basically the same way, right? I had Regulus at the bottom. We're gonna have at the top. I had Etran at the top, Regulus at the bottom, Wrath in the middle. No. Yes? Yes, I think so. I think Wrath in the middle, Regulus at the bottom. I had Bargants facing down, and then I had put Edril out next, followed by Xena facing up, I believe. So that it was like this, and then I had waited to put Xena out, I think. So, we'll see. Let's go ahead and speed it up, because this part isn't the bad part. We're not there yet. Okay, here he comes. I think I had waited until the last second here. Put her out, and then speed it up. And then, once they had all come out, I think that's when I had blown these things. Of course, Ethan doesn't go because we already had him taken care of. And that's fine. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and turn... No, I don't want to turn his on yet, I don't think. Maybe now we turn his on. And then, wrong time to do Adriel, so that's okay. Maybe it'll be alright. Yes, it was. Okay, excellent. That worked. Alright, so we got stage 4. So next, we got 40 XP potions, 20,000 coins, and 30 diamonds for that. Check the stats real fast just to kind of see what's up. Alright, that's all fine and well. Of all of them, Regulus took the most damage by far. The others, I think the things were dead so quickly that they didn't have to take too many hits. That was effective, so. Alright, get out of there, go to complete, and then we'll see what's next. Looks like this is the Lord of Sticks. The Lord of Sticks periodically releases Soul Keeper Shield, which requires a certain number of hits to shatter, same as the other thing. The higher the required number of hits, the greater the damage dealt by heroes after the shield is shattered. The Lord of Sticks periodically deals damage to all enemies. Boss Rush Enhancement. Allied heroes recover 2% of their max HP each time they deal damage. So that's their guys recovering health as they do damage. Let's see here. Let's click the guides. And This is the boss that we just read about. And it says, the cunning and treacherous revenant sought to steal the wisdom and authority of the Nether God, only to be personally cursed by the mighty deity. Banished from the netherworld, he found himself denied true resurrection and eternal rest in death. The process of sealing Zealous into the immortal codex has long been lost in the annals of history, with no knowledge of which hero accomplished such a monumental task. Yet the return of Zealous is as clear as an ordained destiny, foreseen by all. Alright, then in that case, let's go to the guides and look at it again, which I just did and then failed to actually look at. So, what are we doing here? I'm uncertain. There are 6 platforms. There are 6 places to put melee guys. So 6 for melee, 6 for platform guys. Nothing looks phenomenal about this. Let's go ahead and move forward and see what happens. I have no idea. It sounds bad. Lots of shields. Alright, well, you know what? Let's just test it out. See how it looks in there. And then adjust accordingly. I guess that's the big bad guy right there. And what do we do about it? Who knows? Where do the people come from? Also, who knows? Since we don't know what's going to happen, let's just go across this way. And we'll still be able to hit him just fine. And then let's go this way. And, you know, why not throw... I feel like Wrath in the middle is a perfectly fine way to go. Let's put Hedral here. I have Regulus. I don't know why. Why not, right? What good will he do? Who knows? Let's just continue throwing random folks out and not knowing what we're doing. Seems great. He's casting things. And I think probably what we needed to do is just have a lot more attack speed going on here, and I don't know, maybe some healers or something. I really kind of expected there to be some guys that aren't just him out here. So, color me surprised. I figured he would do something. I didn't bring a healer along or anything. I just said, well, you know, let's just go ahead and see what happens. And unfortunately, I put Regulus in a terrible place to actually do anything useful. So that's cool. He should have been, if this is the situation, then he should have been where Wrath is. I could have traded them spots and could have done a lot better because he puts a shield on the people in line with him, or in line with him rather, and currently no one is in line with him. At least I think he does, as I recall. Now we knocked him down again, and then he pops back up, and I guess, or no, here comes the boss rush. Whatever that is, we're gonna find out. Okay, this is where we're supposed to do DPS to him. I don't think that's exactly what's happening here, but you know, I suppose the attempt is being made. Obviously, I need to switch out who's in my crew. No doubt of that. What's this here? I have Ethan here. Okay, cool. It's an interesting battle. We're gonna lose our guy here in a second, Adrian. Keep him as long as we can. Oh, I thought that would be it for him. It was actually like a millisecond longer that Adrian was in than I expected. Got to knock him out. Yeah, there he went. Regulus is his name. I'm trying to remember their names, but I haven't quite gotten there yet. Oh, ouch. That finished them all off. Alright, that was pretty abysmal, but not unexpected. Let's try this again. We got 1,000 immortal sovereigns for that. Let's go to complete, and then I think we can go back in and make a new crew, which sounds terrible. Alright, challenge. We need to do something a little better than that. So I'm thinking we'll keep Adrian and arrogance. Adrian actually isn't great for the single target, but let's start fresh here, okay? So let's go Adrian, arrogance, and then Idril, and then Maul. Do I want to bring Greed? Let's bring Greed. Why not? Xena, sure. That's an interesting setup there. Now, how did I miss putting arrogance into this mix? That's the real question. Did I say the wrong thing as I was doing this? I think what I want to do is switch stuff up. I threw them out here in order of the amount they did in an AoE rate, which is not, of course, what this is. So let's switch those out. And then the question is, do I want to put in a healer? If I do, it's going to be Dao Chen. It seems like it's probably a good idea to have Dao Chen. And who do I want to put her in place of? I think, I can't remember. Let me look at him. Yeah, that's what I thought. He's primarily an AoE guy, so we'll take him out. And then put in Dao Chen. Okay. Maybe keep the others. Sure. Let's try that, I think, for now. Could have put in aim to stick behind arrogance, and that would not have been the worst idea ever. But that's okay. Now we'll do it like this, and let's see how. Maybe him, and then where do I want to put these people? I'm not really sure. It's a tough call. But I think I'm gonna do it like this. And have Dao Chen there, and turn her into DPS, and then put her here. No, give that a go. And that should cover everyone. Alright. should have possibly saved for Idril's triple hit thing, her little ultimate um, for when he puts on the shield. But oh well, that's okay. What is this? The Lord of Sticks periodically activates the Soul Keeper shield and takes no damage while the shield's active, which I'm coming to hit. Alright. So he takes no damage while the shield is active. Each incoming damage consumes 1 stat. And the spectral demise if the shield remains unbroken. So we definitely want it to not remain unbroken by knocking it down as quickly as possible. So that's when we should do our thing, is when he starts to cast spectral demise, probably. Now, I suppose this is when we try to hit him, but not sure. Spectral demise does a lot of damage, apparently. If the shield is shattered, heroes gain damage increase and restore rage equal to 50% of their rage cap. And why don't I try to save my people? No, apparently that's not what we're doing. That was terrible there. It's what we call terrible. Soul Keeper shield. Ouch. And this is what it looks like when you don't pay attention. There's the Soul Keeper shield, and then we need to hit him with this. It's not going to matter probably because he's going to get that off before we can get Dao Chan out, and it's going to hurt. That's what I thought was going to happen. Alright, well, good news. We've learned something. We've learned a few things here. And our F score remains. That was much worse than the previous attempt. So, challenge again. This time, with Gusto. Alright, start this. And try to fail less. That's the next goal. Here he comes. Alright. Well, there's no sense in putting that out right now, is there? Alright. Should have turned her on to DPS mode right away. But oh well. So apparently if we break the shield, then we do a lot of extra damage for a while. And the thing to do is to pay attention, hopefully, to the health of these guys and try to not let them be dead guys, because dead guys do no DPS. They also tell no tales, but the DPS portion of this is the most important part. The tale telling, that can be dealt with later. should quickly heal these guys up a little bit. And then I can switch back once they're in better condition. Like now. Now they've got the shield going again. It's a close one. The fact that we're already so bad off is not a good sign. It says boss rush. Now, it had talked about boss rush earlier, but I forgot what that was. And so, when the Lord of Six enters the boss rush phase, allied heroes will gain a lifesteal effect for damage dealt. Oh. Interesting. So we definitely want to try to knock this out. And we better change her because otherwise we're gonna lose her. She's dying terribly. And that's what I messed up on last time, was not realizing that she was going down like she was. And she died, and then it was all downhill from there. About to go into Soulkeeper Shield mode, and that means I've got to switch her to DPS. So that has to happen, whether I like it or not, or else we don't get her knocked down, or the shield knocked down. Oof, it's not good. So I'll switch back and die anyway. Dang. Unfortunate. It's alright. Did okay. Could have been a lot worse. Interestingly, that was still not the most DPS. Actually did more DPS the first time than this time. So that's a little bit intriguing, all things considered. Alright, well, good enough for the moment. The stats real fast. Alright, so, Idril still is not doing great on the actual damage. She's hitting a lot of times concurrently there, which is important for this, but it's not phenomenal. Alright, well, good enough for them. Let's hop out of here. We got a C in the first one and an F in the next one. I think we're doing just grand. We can pull out an A in the next one. It'll be passing. Alright, we got 7,600 coins, 927 XP potions, 1 Night Terror Ring, which is a piece of mythic gear, 20 Revolt in the Sands trophies, and 20 Brave Conquest trophies for that Killer 2 background pop. We have over here some returned ships with Island Sun Tuna times 30 and Golden Pineapple times 30. Not bad. What else dost I need currently? Let's go to events and look and see what we have here. We have, I think Brave Conquest is going. We're at 4,500. You have those, then you can get Idrin's artifact, which is Frost Devourer. I got one of them. I would love to get another one, but it's just not possible. There's also Zombie Invasion that's going right now. Just restarted today. There are a myriad of quests here, and definitely want to at least do it once to get those auto battle tokens. So that's the current situation there. I think we ought to run some background things to try to get some of those goodies from the Great Conquest. Is that what I'm thinking of? One of them. One of those things. Okay, now looking at what we have here. So we could get an arcane crystal. A mysterious crystal condensed with magical power. Can guarantee successful gear enhancement. Well, that seems really good. That would have been amazing for certain things. Huh, okay. Well, I mean, primarily, like, stuff that costs a lot to enhance. We've got this demon soldier chest that we could get. Okay, so there's some cool things in stage 16. The same things in stage 17. When does it change? Okay, this appears to change on 18 to something that I don't know what it is. Ancient mythic gear. Well, that's a whole new thing. Okay, hold on. Let's go back. Do we already have a chance? We do. We have a chance to get ancient mythic gear already on 16. I haven't ever gotten it. Okay. How interesting. There's ancient legendary gear. Do I have any? I wonder. Curiosity. It's hot. Alright, let's see. I wonder if it's this. Ancient. Is this? Oh, yes, I do have a piece of it. And it's on arrogance. Good choice, me. Oh, yes. It's the one that we made. The Wicked Vengeance weapon. I like it. It's great. Alright. So what's this? We're going to have input of walls. If I click this? I don't know. I'm not sure. Ancient mythic. I would have thought it would be that, but that's ancient. Okay. If that's ancient mythic, what is the ancient legendary symbol? It's not this? I'm not sure. Alright. Good to know. I don't know, but it would be good to know. Okay. Get out of there, and then go back to what I was doing, which was to try to get some more of this stuff here. And I guess I'll do the stage. Well, okay, let's look at stage 17. What is the deal here? Oh, it's that. That is a pain. Okay, let's not worry about doing that right now, because I might could struggle through it, but it would take longer than I'm interested in taking right now. Let's do like 10. Yeah, let's do 10 of them. And start this. We'll need 192 stamina potions. Or not stamina potions, but stamina. We use one of the huge stamina potions. And then start that. Minimize it. Get out of there. And then I don't really want to do anything to the heroes right now, because I want to save everything that I have for tomorrow due to this event here, this Corridor of Glory. We'll get some goodies for doing that tomorrow, so I actually want to preserve my my resources for that and not use it right now, in spite of the fact that we need to go and do the dragon. So, what do we have here? It looks like they've gotten Nightmare 4 down 34%, and that was Go-Go attacked twice, and AV 25 also attacked twice. I don't think that I can put in a whole lot here, unfortunately. I mean, I can try, but I think I'd have a better chance on Nightmare 2. And I had actually tried that again earlier. Wasn't able to get up any higher on like when I went and I did a playtest. I couldn't get it any higher than I previously had it with the auto battle. tried, as you can see, some different arrangements than usual, and it did not help. I don't think. So I shall just auto fight it, I think, on Nightmare 2, and I'll be able to do more than I would on Nightmare 4. So we'll see if I can do enough to be worthwhile here, and see how it goes. I can't remember how much dragon blood I had gotten, but let's see. Yeah, looks like I had the same group in this auto battle as in previous ones, so. Alright, we've got Arrogance at the top, followed by Wrath, then Idrin, then Aim. Xena is out there, and you'd think that she would have been beating Idrin and Aim at the beginning in Wrath, but apparently either she wasn't or I didn't click soon enough for her to be up there, and that's possibly what happened, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't think that I've done anything to the characters since I did this auto battle earlier, or made this playtest earlier. So, not this playtest. This playtest was probably the one from last night. The one that I did, the ones that I did earlier today, did not increase the DPS, or the total damage output anymore, of this fight, so alas, alas. Alright, so 3,859 dragon blood, 18% of the dragon's health. Not too shabby comparatively. So that knocks it down to 54%. I can do another auto fight on that, and then when, let's see real fast. Well, he's hit this. Okay, so Bugga Joe has already gotten his 2 attacks in here. Which means, who is left? Not looking wonderful, honestly, so I don't think that we can kill either of the dragons today. So I may as well toss in on the Nightmare 4. It won't be any good. I can't do enough damage to it to be worthwhile. I could go do one on Nightmare 1 and be insufficient there as well. Don't know. I mean, I could do the easy dragon, probably. I'm gonna definitely throw myself on that. Probably do a good go into normal dragon, but if no one else is going to be pitching in on these, I don't really see the point in doing another hit on the Nightmare Dragon or the Nightmare 4, because we can't get them. And I would have to do, basically I'll have to do enough damage to something to be able to get a decent chest. And maybe I just go for the Nightmare 1. That seems reasonable. I don't know. Let's see if I click fight what do we have. Okay, this is the party from the other one that I had tried unsuccessfully. And I wasn't in love with it, you know. Actually, I'll try something here. Well, no, I already tried. This was basically the group that I had tried earlier. Let's see, Adrian, Arrogance, Edril. I do have Edril. Maul, Greed. Where's Greed at? I threw him back in the slough up there. That's what happened. Xena, Wrath, Morrigan. Okay, and I currently have Dao Chan and Hollow. Yeah, let's see. It also occurs to me, someone keeps reminding me about doing the loaning out of people from other people. Which I could do. Let's try update. And see if I want any of these folks. This is a tactician. I've never actually used a tactician. And I have no idea anything about how they work. Upon activation, you can choose to move to a deployable tile within 3 tiles. After successful activation, deals 200% AoE damage one time to up to 5 enemy targets in basic attack range and inflicts freeze. While the skill is active, inspiration applied by the talent increases to 35%, and the attack interval is reduced by 25%. Well, that's cool. I don't know that I want it right now. Here's Ajax. Ajax is really nice too. I wonder what guild Ajax is in. Well, I don't think that I want any of them right now. Okay, if I did this, what does her Lord skill do again? Increases faction team members' basic attributes for 15%. Increases faction team members' damage dealt to enemies invoked with slow, stun, freeze, immobilize state, and other CC effects for 30%. Increases faction team members' AoE damage for 25%. Not the best under these circumstances. But that's okay. Let's just throw all this out there and see what happens. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe it'll be better than it appears. I'm not loving it, you know? But we'll try it. Alright, so now, first of all, do I even want him here? I probably don't want him to be that. Let's say I put him here. And put him here. And actually, I probably ought to have gotten Morgan out already. Well, I don't know how I feel about this setup that I've got going on here either. It's very questionable stuff. Throw Xena out there. And let's see, she'll be able to hit everybody there. But not if I put Wrath out too. So better throw her here. And then we can put Hollow here. And that way we should be able to hit Wrath in there. I would like to try him. And see how it goes. Let's turn on this. Scorching Spit. And we're just going to pop the ultimates as they present themselves. For the most part, not entirely, but for the most part. Okay, so Maul has surpassed Morgan at the moment, which that's one thing I wanted to know is how, which ones do best in this. Maul and Morgan is one that I wanted to check out. Now, of course, Morgan does more damage over time. If she's out for 50 seconds, she starts doing more. So she is now increased above, and she should continue to stay up there. Let's see how much this does. It's not too bad. Do I need to switch her out? No, not yet. Probably are going to need to, let's see, let's turn on Hollow's stuff. Yeah, okay. Doing fine so far. Scorching Spit hurt. We better recover. Primarily, Morgan got injured pretty badly from that. I think that she was kind of the weakest link on that one. She is out DPSing Maul by a good bit at this point. So if I stuck her out sooner, she would have gotten up there pretty quickly. Neither of them are anywhere close to where Wrath and Aim, I just don't have them promoted and all that enough to do that. And basically, Maul is good for AoE, and I think probably that's part of what's going on here. This is a single target fight, obviously. So probably not the best choice for this. Morgan is doing pretty decent. Xena, she does well, but drops off over time. And so ideally what you want to do is replace her with someone who does more after the first, 20 seconds. And it's not what I did. It's what I should have done. I better go ahead and switch her over. Go ahead and get that little bit of DPS just for the last 5 seconds of this fight. Alright, so even with everything, this was still not the highest DPS that I've done, or the highest damage that I've done to the dragon. And, it's because I have people in there that I'm just kind of testing out. Definitely Maul is in no-go. I don't think that Greed would be either, really. I wanted it to be better. It just isn't going to be, especially for the dragon fight. Don't really see it. Certainly the healer should find. don't even think I put Edro out, and I don't know if I would want to. AIM is a better choice currently, at least until they get a little bit better. And we could put, Laurel back in to bump everybody up. That is so far the better way here. I feel. Play test it again. And I think if I, like I said, I think if I move Xena in and out as I should, then that would be a better way to go. Life Risk says, do you have anyone who applies dot debuffs? I have Lightlock. I think he might. I can't remember right now. For sure. Let's throw her here, I think. And we're going to try to pay attention to the clock there. 4:42. Well, now what am I doing? I'm crazy. Lost my mind entirely. Put him out, then him out, and then him out. And then we've got Dao Chen, Q, below there. I think, or is that not the right spot for her at this point? Maybe now I'll put her. No. I have put people in the wrong positions. That's what's happened. Oh well. Keep going as if I did everything correctly. Give that a go and see what happens. Hollow here now. She's not going to hit. You know what? I could move her one over, and then she'll hit everyone. And that should be sufficient for the moment. Now we're almost out of time for Xena, who I should have put over where I put Wrath, but I wasn't thinking in the slightest. So I think now we pick her up if I can find her. And I suppose we put Morrigan down. And I didn't switch her to DPS like a fool. I'm utterly failing at clicking buttons. It's a sad day. Morgan is still very low. Or she has to be out for 50 seconds before she starts getting better. Dragonfly incoming. We'll go ahead and see if they can do fine for the next couple of hits like that without switching. Definitely failed in my placements of things. Unfortunate. Morgan has almost caught up to what Xena did in that few seconds before I picked her up. Oh my goodness. It's not good. She's well behind everyone else. Doing half. And granted, she came in late, but it wasn't late enough to justify how behind she is. I don't think. Yeah, like rest whenever I do the higher level dragons, I do use Lightbot in addition. But for now, I'm kind of just trying to maximize the damage done and at the risk of losing some people. But I think, the two, Dao-Chan and Hollow are able to keep them up throughout the fight on this dragon. Probably at some point I should have picked up Morrigan and just replaced her because it's not great and I still can. And you know what? I will. I can find her. Where is okay, I put her here. Morgan is here. So I'm gonna pick her up and put Xena down so she can get that burst damage for at least 30 of the seconds. Well, it was a little bit better. Um, let's see. The placement wasn't great. I needed to have arrogance in his accustomed place so that he could get the buff from Laurel. I should have had Xena out on the end, probably. I don't know. Maybe it was okay to have her there because she was getting the boost from Laurel for the amount of time that she was out there. I don't know that Morgan is as good as I would like her to be for this. She's probably just not promoted enough. Oh, arrogance is amazing. Yeah, arrogance is like he's the game winner. And normally, what I do is everyone is utility for arrogance, basically. And that it does. He's a beast. Uh, and that's probably what I'm going to go back toward because I think that's he is my DPS ingenuity. So um, let's look at that again. All right. So if I took out Morgan, who would I replace her with? Um, it's been suggested to me that I use Mari to decrease the defenses of, basically I think it was magical or let's see, she has something here. Um, Targets inflicted with slow by Mari will receive vulnerability to physical and magical damage. And physical damage taken plus 15%. Takes effect only when stronger than the current buff/debuff on the same attribute, and the magic damage is the same thing. So, takes 15% more damage, and that's almost another boost to arrogance, right? Because it's a boost to all of them, but he's the main damage dealer, so that's something to think about. Decreasing the vulnerability or increasing the vulnerability to magic and physical would certainly be helpful. Probably more than the small amount of damage that Morgan was able to put out. I previously used Anai here because she has some things that increase her damage based on the amount of burning that's on the target. And there's multiple of my people who do burning, so particularly, arrogance. So, and the hero deals 15% more damage to targets inflicted with burning, and then there's every time the burning inflicted by the hero, that's her only, deals damage, there's 12% to regenerate, 0.9% rage. That's not as important. It's actually this one here. For every one burning on the target, increases attack by 1% and crit damage by 4%, stacking up to 7 times. So that works very well with arrogance. It also works with some of the others, but primarily she pairs well with arrogance. That's the main thing. I don't think that she's good in and of herself. Not to say that she's bad, but I think she's mediocre on her own merit. But when you combine her with arrogance, she does good work. So that's a possibility there. Otherwise, yeah, I don't know. Would it be better? I mean, Idril is, again, hasn't really come through for me the way that I wanted to. Possibly, she's just not, she's not maxed out on all the things. She needs to be startup. She's level 50, not level 60. Her skills are maxed out. She's not awakened at all. And, I considered awakening her with some of my soul stones. Haven't done it because I've felt like I might want to use those on somebody else. So, yeah, I don't know. It's a tough thing as far as what the right move here is. There will be 2 people who are waiting in the wings. They can't do anything exciting. Could make one of those a lord. I actually don't know why I have Ain in the wrong group, because he's supposed to be lording it up over here. Do I have someone else in his faction? Let's check. Is there somebody else who would be fun to add? And Brienne, I often will have Brienne, and I could put her in. She will get a boost from him. His boost is cool because, let's see if I can find it. I can click the right buttons eventually. It increases the faction of team members by 10%, but it also periodically increases faction team members' damage by 30% and healing bonus by 30% for 20 seconds. The more factionalists there are, the more frequently it takes effect. And what you'll also notice is that Dao Qian is a member of the same faction. So if we can switch those, then we'll have 4 in that faction. So, that's maybe the better choice, and it's the choice that I've gone with in the past. Maybe it's the choice that I'll go with this time. Playtest this and see how that goes. Again, I'm not sure that I'm as impressed with Idril as I want to be. I was very impressed with her on other people's teams, and I think that it's because she's been awakened and she's gotten all of the things done to her that need to be done to her. Not so with mine. So my Idril is less impressive than other people's Idrils. Alright, let's see. I think that's the way I want to go with it. And let me look at her, because I did intend to check and see how often I need to pull her up. Okay, so it's actually 30 seconds. When deployed, increases the hero's attack by 20% and all damage reduction by 30% for 30 seconds. Attacks also inflict burning on hit targets. So she's another one that pairs well with Anai and with arrogance, because she hits with burning as well. And so maybe I've convinced myself once more to take Brienne out and put Anai in, because she will benefit from that burning as well. So she's got burning from arrogance, she's got burning from Anai, and I think there's burning from him as well. And I don't remember which one it's on, but I think he does something. Maybe not. Maybe he doesn't. I was thinking he did. Obviously, I was wrong. Oh no, there it is. Okay, Awaken 3. Inflicts burning on targets that take AoE damage from heavy blow. That's it. So see, he also does burning. So I may go ahead and do that. I do like the faction boost, but it's not super useful if I'm not going to be using it, if that makes sense. I'm just going to throw her back in. We'll do what we've done in the past. Yeah, seems like a good plan. Alright, let us playtest this again. And so we have 30 seconds, not 20 seconds with Xena. That'll make a difference. So let's throw Xena out first, and just over here where she's, doesn't really matter too much. Then Arrogance over here in his accustomed place. Aim behind him. Etran back here. And Wrath in front. And then we gotta get Dao Chan out there. And Laurel. And it's unfortunately we've run out of time to get the other one out. What I haven't done though is gotten, I think, let me see, is that, hopefully that's for Wrath, Arrogance for them. Yes, it is. Okay. So we got him in there. And we want to put Hollow here. And now we're out of people, but in, I think once this hits around 410, we'll pick Xena up and and I need to switch her to DPS mode. Around 410, we can pick up Xena and put down a knife. So right now, we'll do that. And then if I can make that switch periodically, then we'll be in good shape, I think, on the DPS. Black Risk says, have you been enjoying the game so far? Yeah, it's been interesting. Black Risk says, by far the top 3 games I play. Well, I mean, I think that's an easy one for me to say because I don't play a lot of games. I play this one and EverQuest 2, and I've been playing Star Trek Fleet Command for the last week or so. Alright, so the dragon is back up. He's in phase 2 and he's going to hit us with some Dragon Claw. Let's get ready though, because I want to switch out an eye with Xena in a second. So we got hit, and now we're gonna switch her with Xena again. Pop off Etran and Laurel stuff, and apparently aims. And I didn't pay attention to how long we've had her out for. I'm gonna say it's been 10 seconds. And so at 220, I will pull her back up. And I may be wrong on that because I wasn't paying attention. Maybe 225 would be better. I really don't know. Doesn't matter right now because we may as well wait for now to be ready. And of course I could have tried to use brains, judged it off of that because she's down for a minute, right? And so we've missed some of the time we could have had there. It's alright. Dragon Claws incoming. So, it's going well enough, I think, so far. We got meteoric impact incoming again. That was painful, and maybe I better switch. Ha ha ha, what a bad time to switch. That was the worst choice I could have made. All about it. There we go, switch back. I don't know why I used hers. Sometimes I just do things with no answers. Except for, I'm going to switch this out for Xena. And that was at about 1 minute. Realistically, I'm not sure that it's the best idea because I'm not sure that Xena doesn't continue to do more damage than most of the others do anyway. That was painful. Try to recover. See if it works or not. I'm pretty sure that Xena continues to do more damage than Idril would if I put her out. So I don't really see any reason to do so. She can just be benched, I think. I'm going to switch now back into this and get those few seconds of DPS out. Not much, but something. Alright, so that was a little bit better. Um, Worked the switch, I think. Let's look at the stats. Okay, so we want to combine Anai and Xena because they essentially, because we were switching them out, it's they count in the same slot, if that makes sense. So that's 4 million, about 4,900,000 between the two of them, which puts that slot slightly below Idrin and above Aim. It's not terrible. It's not wonderful, but it's not terrible. Considering uh, everything considered, that's not, I'll take it. As to healing, Hollow doubled the healing of Dao Chan, but Dao Chan was doing a lot of utility. So she was acting as DPS support. So it's okay. Actually, if you can see there, Wrath's healing was 846. He actually out healed both of them. And his is just a self heal. So how crazy is that, right? Anai, again, I don't know. Was she the better option? Should I have done it with Brienne? I really feel like maybe she was the better option. I'm not sure. It's hard to say. I would have to test it again using Brienne in place of her in the exact same layout and everything. They're pretty close, I feel like, for the two. And then there's the question, if I didn't switch them out at all, would that have been better or worse? I don't know. Hard to say. Um, Without testing, obviously I could test. But yeah, as you can see, Arrogance by himself does half the damage of my team. And that's why it's important to just essentially, it's team arrogance, honestly. And everybody else is cheerleading on the big star. He carries the whole team, absolutely. He has ever since I got him. Um, so I've kind of learned to a large degree to build around the hero. Build the arrogance team, because it's the best team I've got. So uh, and I actually have a decent team for him, just because first of all, Wrath is given to you after you log in for a couple of weeks, and then I just so happened to pull a Nye, which just went really well. And then adding Xena to that was, icing on the cake. So that was fortuitous. Of course, Laurel is very helpful utility for everybody. And I said, yeah, I thought I might have said the wrong name there, but I didn't. Laurel, the green girl, is very good for that. And even like Dao Chan supports it. everybody supports arrogance. It's great. It's great. All right. So we're gonna click complete here, and then I'm gonna auto battle with that one because I think that's sufficient. Um, oh, whoa, look at that. Is that new? Oh, Gobo came and no. Gobo did one attack on it. Yeah, I think so. Ah, that's that's funny. All right, cool. Um, so Nightmare 2 is down. Very cool. What was I about to do? That's the real question. Oh yes, Nightmare 1 is what I was about to do. Right? Auto fight? Nightmare 1? I think so. Hope so anyway, because that's what I'm about to click. Doing it. Double the rewards is always better. Absolutely is. I agree. But there was no way that I could have finished that guy off. So, you know, what can you do? I do like to watch the statistics and just kind of the way that it plays out during the auto battle because since I'm not focused on putting people out and moving people and casting ultimates and all that, this gives me a chance to kind of look and see, okay, is everybody doing what they need to be doing? How's the DPS going? You know, and is there a better way that I could do this next time? So it's kind of cool to watch and see what I can improve. So Xena, when we removed her, was just behind Aang in her damage. It looks like. I don't know if she had dropped off any, but she was definitely not at all far behind him at that point. Her damage overall was that she had done so far. Anai comes in and she's doing pretty well actually right out the gate. I'm curious when I take her out and put Xena back in if she'll have matched Xena's output or not. What's interesting, hmm, and I'll have to pay attention to that next time. I'm not sure exactly how much was done there. Like it looked like Xena was still doing damage after she was pulled up, and I wonder if that was the burning. I think it must have been burning damage still being attributed to her. I'm not sure. I had assumed that once they get pulled off, their dots may also go off, but that could be wrong. I'm gonna have to check that out next time and see if that's accurate or not. Also, I wonder what I was planning to do that I just had in my head and then forgot. It's a mystery, really. So we got a good portion of Nightmare 1 killed with that. And I wonder if I want to... See, I could do another fight on it for 200 diamonds. You know, I better not. Okay, that's... it's more than 2 summons worth of, um, of diamonds. And I think that I want to summon some guys here soon. I think there's something opening up on the 15th, perhaps. So I don't know if I should or not. Certainly I can't do anything to this Nightmare 4. It would be really nice, but I could probably get maybe like, I don't know, 3% on a good day of its health. So I don't think it's going to be worthwhile for me to attack that. I can't knock it out. So the only one that I would be willing to pay 200 diamonds to try to do would be Nightmare 1. And it's kind of up in there. Like, what are the odds that I would get? No, I think it would be better not to, probably. So, alright, let's call it on that for the moment. And go to guild quests. Let's claim this prize here. 20 guild coins, 20 guild activity, and 5,000 gold, and that's for attacking the dragon quest today. Go out of there. We'll check mark this. We got 76,000 coins, 9,270 XP potions, a myriad of different gear, both mythic and otherwise, and we also got one of these arcanum crystals, which apparently guarantee success with career enhancement. That could definitely come in handy for certain things, I feel. Well, what's this? Night Terror Amulets. It's just a legendary piece. Okay. Then we also got 195 Vault in the Sands trophies, 195 Brave Conquest points, and 1 Demon Soldier Batwings Banshee. Now those are fairly nasty because they're in the air and they just fly over folks. I do need to do that at some point. The dragon or the demon. I don't remember what it's called, but it's the teaming place anyway. Haven't tried that yet. Also gotta check here and grab whatever's in this mine. We got 2,300 coins, 2,250 XP potions, 11 stamina, 1 auto fight chance, and 1 mithril. Cool. Seems fine and well. At some point I should go do the artifact raid stuff too, because I haven't really done that in a while either. Let's check on Barut over here. He has for us nothing. There's nothing. Alright, let's do a refresh on him and see if he has something that I want, that is. He does have something that I want. I want those auto fight chances for 18,700 gold, which I think I will be using probably tomorrow. Make one purchase in the black market, or maybe today, and get 10,000 gold and 2 co-ops. Nice. I think that the cogs will be good, because you never know what you're going to get from that. Let's go ahead and participate in the arena one time real fast. Ah, this looks just as lovely as I expected it to. Well. This is anti-air DPS. What kind of anti-air DPS do I have? Who knows? Let's click this and look with dismay upon my guys that I have here. I wonder if I should probably, yeah, it's a tough one. Idril is, as mentioned, not quite there. I wonder if there's anything I can do to make her better. I was really wanting to hold off on making anybody better right now, because there is the event that's going to start tomorrow that rewards you for working on your heroes, which means that I'm holding off on working on my heroes, humorously enough. Maybe I could increase her artifact skill when attacked. Oh, this is a garbage artifact that she has on. That could be part of the problem. I wonder why. Probably I just threw something on her because I didn't have very much to work with. Let's unequip her and see if I have anything that I want to throw under, or that I have available to throw under. Let's hide the equipped. Oh, well, that's what there is left. That explains some things. Let's unhide the equipped, because some of this, oh yeah, that's totally useless. But I could remove, I could probably take off Rex's thing. What does he have? Increases crit rate by 5% upon entering combat. When crit hit lands, increases crit rate by an extra 5%. Okay, that's a possibility. I definitely have not a lot of this stuff on. I wonder if any of it is stuff that I want on her. What's this? That's the shield thing again. Yes, shield thing yet again. I'm good at locating that one. Increases damage dealt by 5%. Well, that seems good. Eliminating an enemy grants an extra damage increase of 5%. So that would be good for AoE specifically. I don't know the Eadril. Let's go check. What are her skills here? Basic attack fires 3. I think Maul would be a good one for that, actually. Or no. Is it Maul or is it Greed? It's Greed. I was thinking of. Yes, AoE guy. I feel like both of them are kind of AoE guys, though. Yes, he is also AoE guy. Thought so. Alright. Let's see what kind of artifact he has on. Alright, so that's increased his crit rate. I think probably we want the thing that gives him stuff when he kills things. I think that's a good idea. See if we can find it again. Or eliminating enemy increases, grants an extra damage increase of 5%. That seems good for him, right? I think so. It's currently on, that one's on A1. Do I have any other ones? Maybe this one? Yes. Yes, this one. So let's throw that on him. And maybe I use him for this. The thing is, though, that, and I already have them in here apparently, but, the thing is that Eadril can hit them wherever they are. And that's the advantage, because she can start hitting them before they come down, even if I put her in the bottom, which is probably where I'll have to put her, because we can't slow down the things, and with them being so much higher EP than I have, we're going to have to be fighting with the bottom. That's not great, you know? It's not a great situation. Let's go back to her because I just took her artifact off. And we needed her to have something on anyway, whatever it may be. Just this one. Okay, this is the crit rate. And that seems like it could be okay for her, too. Let's equip it. Why not? Alright, nothing more that I really want to mess with there, I don't think. None of this is going to go swimmingly. I think Morgan has some things that can hit air. But, yeah, I don't think it's going to matter too much. And you know what we could do is just lay into arrogance again and take these other guys out entirely. Just put in the people who help him be better. And I've tried that before with some degree of success. It's tempting, but I think I might try this, even though it's of questionable merit. Maybe I shouldn't. Alright, let's see something real fast. What do we have here? Alright, if I put Greed, he is in the same faction. And so maybe he would be better than Maul just by virtue of being someone who will bump up Arrogance's DPS if I have Wrath in here. Wrath is completely useless on this map, but it doesn't matter because he's not going to come out anyway. But if he doesn't come out, then he's only so effective. His Lord skill will give him 10% increased attributes. And that may be all that's necessary here. As I lay people out, it'll bring him up some. But probably I'm either going to live or die before that happens. Those are back here because I moved to a different screen. But okay, so I would have to have him. And then I would put greed if I can find him again. Let's go short, find nightmare, and then we can easily find it. Okay, well, let's go ahead and do it. It's not great, it's not lovely, probably won't work, pretty horrendous, but hey, why not? Let's go for it. Worst we can do is lose yet again. Fine. Hazel Oceanus, eh? Nice name. Alright, so where do we want to put people? I don't know what Greed's range is. Probably it will be sufficient to put her here on the corner. But maybe I want to put her here. No, I think here is going to be the best. Let's do it. Probably I ought to have put arrogance down first, but I don't really think it's going to matter because it's going to be a matter of, you know, they got their guy out there as they should early on, and they should pretty much kill me before they even make it very far. I ought nonetheless to have put arrogance down first, and that would have been the smarter move because he would have already been hitting, and then yeah, that would have been better, but alas, it's not the way I did. Failure bounds. So they're getting those first hits in on me right away. It's a shame. Alright, so next move after that. Do we use Laurel? I think we do use Laurel next. Restores 4% rage for 2 random allies within range every 2 seconds. Maybe we don't use Laurel. Maybe we next put out Wrath or... it's gotta be Wrath. Man, that other fella takes a long time. If I do Wrath, what it's going to do is it's going to increase the attack speed for Arrogance. And that's all it's going to do. But we may as well do it nonetheless, I think. Okay, let's wait for a second. Let's see how far down they get. And is it going to be more worthwhile to put out Greed at this point and go ahead and wait for him? I think maybe. This is terrible. Alright. They're playing it exactly as they should over there, so it's unfortunate. Can we even make it past this round? Unlikely. I don't think we're gonna make it here. Nope. Alright, well, it was a good try. Alright, so Hazel Oceanus beat us with 295,549 BP. Very good job there. Very nice name. Alright, and 3 arena coins was our reward for that, but let's not forget the rewards for doing our daily arena fight, which is 2 cogs and 5 auto fight chances. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, let's go back out of here, and we failed, unfortunately, to start this build. We only have so long to do whatever it was that I felt I should do. I think there was a purpose, there's a method to my madness. I just don't remember what it was. Let's use this stamina potion, one of them, and then can't quite do that, so we'll start that in the background and come out of here and then go over here to daily quests because we also get 200 gold dragon tokens for participating in the arena, and we get another 200 for making a purchase in the black market today. Cool. By the way, we're level 69 on this, and we're gonna hit 70, and then anything after that that we get turns into 15,000 XP potions for every level after that, every upgrade. So that's pretty cool. I like it. Alright, now, what else was I about to do? Was there something in my mind? Who knows? Oh yes, events, that's right. I was gonna come over to Lucky Roulette, because I have 4 of the cogs right now, and I like cogs. Let's spin. The cool part is we should have enough spins to get that chest over there. So, we got 2 5-star psychic power shards. Let's spin again. See what we get this time. Tell them what they got. 2 mythic extract shards. And then what? 2 more of the 5-star psychic power shards. Spin again. 2 mythic extract shards. And we're out of spins now. Alright. We'll click the chest over there to the right. Even though it wasn't lit up, it had all 25 filled. So we got 100,000 gold and 1 rare summoning crystal for that. Very nice. I like it. Okay, now the other thing, the thing I was talking about earlier. So we got the Brave Conquest. I'm pretty certainly going to make this 5,000 here for the auto fight chances, the 50 auto fight chances, which is super cool. I don't know if I'll make the 6,000 for these 2 ancient summoning crystals, but I should give it a go anyway. Would be nice if I were able to make that. The Corridor of Glory is the one that starts in a little over an hour, and that's the one for leveling up, starring out, promoting heroes, or upgrading heroes' skills to get rewards. So that's going to be a good one to do. Also, the Tales of the Smith starts tomorrow. So, and again, that's in just over an hour at this point. And you can, you get various rewards for upgrading skills. Blackrisk says, do you plan on pulling any of the characters tomorrow? I forgot who they are. I'm not sure. I have no idea who they are. Let's see if I can come over here. We've got Crazy Invocation of Spirits. Is that tomorrow? That is tomorrow, yes. Drop rate of legendary heroes increases to 2 times during the event. And then we have, oh yeah, okay, so this one starts on Saturday. The designated hero will enjoy a 20 times drop rate. This is I think this is Xena here. I don't know who this is. Oh, it's Brokir. Frost in his veins, Harz's blacksmith praises those who stray too close and shields allies with ice. He's a member of the Northern faction, which is somewhat important. So then we have Livian, and I think this is Esme. I wasn't super impressed with Esme. I don't know that she's bad per se, but I wasn't impressed with her. Alright, then what else? Special Invocation of Spirits. Okay, this is that hot suit person that I've been seeing so much on the far left, and I think she's probably pretty good, but I don't know. This guy, Ezrin, a Scalekin healer dedicated to bringing healing and hope to the land of Tia. That is not the image of hope to me. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but we've got like a skeletal lizard right here. And that just doesn't speak hope in my heart, you know? I'm feeling like this is a necromancer, okay? I don't think that's a healer. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but, just hope isn't the thing that comes to mind. That's all I'm saying. Alright, let's back out of Ezrin before we get tainted here. And then we have the special divine summoning. Oh, I didn't even finish it. Man, I was so distracted by that. Let's go back to the special invocation of spirits because there's other guys here. We have the third fellow. This is Vortex. He looks interesting. a little grim. He also is a healer, it turns out. Created from an experiment gone wrong, this elemental uses the power of the ocean to heal allies. Well, hey, maybe it was an experiment gone right. You made yourself a very unhappy healer, and he's a little bit, I don't know, he's pros and cons. But, alright, back out of there and see what else there is. There's Phelan. We know Phelan. She's a poison mage. And this guy looks like Harpoon, unfortunately. It is Harpoon. I'm sorry. We don't want Harpoon. Harpoon has not been helpful for me. An apex predator who frenzies for a drop of blood, detrimental to weakened enemies and to airborne units. That's his maybe, but I gotta tell you, if you gotta choose between Harpoon and Maul, choose Maul. That's all I'm saying. Alright, now we go on to the special divine summoning. Alright, during the event, the designated hero will enjoy 20 times drop rate, and this is divine ones. So I think these are the ones that use the legendary summoning crystals, I think. And so it's the same guys as the other thing, only it's using a different kind of summoning crystal. Alright, so Corridor of Glory, Tales of the Smith, we'll have Brave Conquest starting back up, so we're gonna have a day without it tomorrow, and then it'll start back up for the same one that we're doing right now. Zombie Invasion is going, and Lucky Roulette is going. Alright, cool. Let's go ahead to... first of all, let's hop out to where we're at. 6 out of 10 on those. Time is flying by. But I do want to do the Zombie Invasion. And I don't want to throw my best attempt at it, but I want to throw a random attempt at it, you know? I think that I'm going to go with the potion thing again. I've done this before, and, you know, I won't say that it's been successful, but it's been something. Okay, this is one of them, the Elixir Casket. The ultimate duration is increased, and a few special potions were added to the shop, so we'll go with that one. And then, the shop will not offer a refresh potion, but it also won't offer low quality potions. That's the Merchant's Pact. I was doing that one. And there was another potion one around here. Okay, Merchant Mask. Reduces potion prices in the shop by 25%. And I think that's what I was doing. I'll go and look around, but I'm pretty sure that was the direction I was going with these. There's a cool way to do a luck thing, you know. There's this and the Lucky Clover, and then the dice. You know, you could do that. There's a bunch of different options here for ways to form your party, or your not your party, but ways to, I guess, your build for this thing. You know, I don't know. Anyway, we'll try it this way. And I was having some success with getting like Blazing Light and Lightning Chain, and then something else, you know. The sticks, that worked okay. I'm not sure that I loved it, but it was okay. So I don't like any of those, so I'm gonna refresh. I think that I don't get all of the refreshes or something like that, but I'm gonna do it again anyway, so that I can get Blazing Bolt, because that's my preference. Boy, they're trying to kill me here. Like, this is terrible. I'm gonna use my last refresh, and it's rough, but with these, I gotta go with the dark, because we can do light and dark at the very least. Now they're destroying my life here. It's all of my plans are ruined. With these options, I suppose Fireball it is. This is not shaping up to last very long, I'm afraid, folks. Not great. I'll expand Spring of Styx' range, and damage plus 20%. Yeah, that was unfortunate. Alright, well, let's go ahead and get Blazing Bolt a chance to gain gold when filling enemies. because that is what I'm trying to do with this build. Actually, the goal is get the gold for killing the enemy, spend the gold on the potions, and then also get damage from the amount of gold that you have. I don't love the tornadoes. I want to, I really want to, but I don't. Um, I would prefer the Spring of Sticks over the tornadoes. So I'm going to go with Overdrive 2 to summon that extra Spring of Sticks when casting the ultimate damage plus 20%. That's the way I'm going. We're just going to have a random smattering of things going on here. That's what I'm seeing. All right. We're going to add a little bit more to. Increases one Spring of Sticks with each cast is pretty nice, though. You know, I don't want to, but then again, I do want to. Because I want to go with Blazing Bolt and go in that direction. But man, that's tempting, isn't it? Increasing spray, you know, it's so early in the game. Um, you know what? I'm gonna go with the Nether Cloud Calamity one. Alright, now we've got things that support tornadoes or something that supports sticks. Let's go with the sticks. Spring of Sticks reduces enemies' attack speed and dark damage plus 50%. That's great because we have two things that do dark damage, and apparently that's the way we gotta go. I need to just lean into it and stop fighting it, I suppose. Um, Alright, in that case, if that's what we're gonna do, then we've got expansion 1 here. I think, yeah, that does actually stack. Not everything seems to stack, but that does seem to. I think we're going to mostly ignore the fireballs. I don't know, damage plus 40, and I think the damage seems to be damage across the board. So we'll probably have another chance later to expand Scream Sticks. Let's go ahead and get the fireball thing, even though I don't want it. Alright, now we've got some options, but we can't get very many of them. I'm definitely going to get the meteorite potion because I can get that plus one of the thing. Now, we could do light damage, but as it turns out, we're obviously not doing great on the light damage uh, side of the board. So, what's the game plan? It's not great. Um, right now, Blazing Bolt is still doing the most damage, followed by Spring of Sticks, then Fireball, and then Tornado. It's a tough call. I guess we can increase the light damage. Winter's Bite is nice, but let's do the light damage. Alright, move forward. Alright, now, what do we have already? We have Fortune 2, Blazing Bolt has a chance to gain gold when playing enemies. Now we can get Blazing Bolt crit rate plus 10% and gains Bolt on crit hit and has a cooldown of 1 second. Let's go ahead and get that because that is in line with what we're trying to do here, in spite of the fact that what we're trying to do here has changed. It's not lovely. I guess I'll go with Overdrive 2 and the Fireballs. Why not? The best made plans of mice and men do not grow. Alright, let's see here. Okay, Scattershot 3 it is. Why not? More fireballs. More damage. Let's do it. It's looking grand so far. If I make it to 20, I'll be doing well. Wave 20, this is rough. Okay. So, Razor Edge 2, maybe. Let's see what we already have. Sure. Basic attack has a chance to summon 1 Spring of Sticks and dark damage plus 10%. I like the dark damage plus 10% card of that, for sure. I mean, more Spring of Sticks is good, obviously. And hey, the meteorites came in. Okay, we could increase dark damage by 30%. We could have Blazing Bolt deal extra damage equal to 30% of the gold, which is where I was trying to go with that. So let's do it. I feel like doing dark damage plus 30%. Let's look at this real fast. Spring of Sticks is at the top at this point, and we'll probably get some punishment of blight later on. So let's go ahead and get the dark damage increase one instead. 30% more dark damage. Dark damage is already the highest. Sure. Alright, now we have a few different options. I don't think I care about the enemy's damage by burning. We don't actually have any way to deal burning right now. So we've also got another Calamity 1, which we already have one of, and I don't know if that, I feel like it stacks because it increases, and that feels stackish to me. And also, it's the thing we have the highest number of mastery points in, and it would be cool to get some awakened skills going on because we've kind of spread out all over the place and it's quite terrible. And I'm leaning toward the tornado for the same reason again. However, fireballs have come up on the list of damage. So we could increase that by 60%, and maybe that's the way to go right now. You know what? Sure, let's go fireballs. All right, now we have an awakened skill. All right. We've got Chain Blade, Singe, or Embers. Now Embers, when hitting enemies, has a 5% chance to leave a burning pool for 5 seconds. I don't see that that's going to be as useful, I think, as a couple of these other ones. So we've got Chain Blade, which triggers 1 extra fireball with each basic attack. Or Singe, which doubles burning damage. Again, we don't really have anything making burning. The only thing that we could have making burning would be that potion that we didn't get, or Embers. So let's just go for Chain Blade. Triggers 1 extra fireball with each basic attack. Sure. More fireballs for the win. Alright, now we get a lucky potion. I feel like the luck has not been exactly with me right now. I mean, it could have been if only I'd made the right choices. We have a burning potion. It has a 10% chance to inflict burning for 5 seconds from dealing damage. But I like the dark damage potion. Let's go for that. We can also get either the physical potion or the burning potion. You know what? Let's throw in some burning. Why not? Alright, now we have the extra damage equal to 30% gold, which currently is a tiny, tiny amount. We could increase the damage of our tornadoes, which are the lowest damage on of all that we have right now. Or we could have the basic attack have a chance to summon 1 string of sticks and dark damage plus 10%. I kind of like the dark damage plus 10% part of that at the very least. I think I already have Razor Edge. Maybe not. Maybe I don't have Razor Edge. I do. Yes, I have it. So I don't think that it stacks as far as the basic attack having a chance to summon 1 string of sticks. I don't know. It's hard to say. Does the percent go up? But what is the chance to summon 1 string of sticks? It doesn't tell you that. It just says it has a chance to. So, this could be like a 0.01 chance to. We don't know what that chance is. So, do I want to go in that direction? I definitely am fairly close to another mastery, another awakening skill for doing some dark stuff. Not so close on the light because apparently that's not the direction I'm going at all. So, what do I want to do here? Tornado damage plus 40%. Well, it's not doing great, those tornadoes. Let's just get the dark damage plus 10% and call it a day. How about that? Alright, now we get to trade boosts for enemies for boosts for ourselves. Oh boy, we can get ice damage. Or light damage. I guess light damage it is. Alright. it's been an interesting go around so far. Let's see. What do we have? We have Spring of Sticks at the top, followed by Fireball, followed by Blazing Bolt, and then Tornado. Um, Wonderful. I mean, we could increase our dark damage overall by 30%. Might not be a bad idea, but then again, we have Overdrive 3 for these fireballs. During the ultimate, reduces cooldown by 1 second and increases damage by 40%. And it doesn't say like fireball damage or something like that. It just says increases damage by 40%, which is pretty dang good, you know? I can't really argue with that. Kind of like it a lot. Blast 2 is also really nice. Blazing Bolt does 25% AoE damage to surrounding targets and damage plus 20%. And of course, there's Dark Damage Increase, which just increases dark damage by 30% across the board. Also good. Um, I don't know. I don't know. It's a tough call. I think I'm going to do Overdrive 3 because it's less likely to recur than the others. Well, we have managed to make it to wave 10. I don't have high hopes for this one. All right. So, what do we have over here in the way of Mire so far? We don't have Mire, and Mire is very good. Spring of Sticks inflicts slow and reduces damage reduction resistance on enemies. I'm going with that. Alright, we got 2 for Tornadoes and 1 for Spring of Sticks. Okay, this kind of works with what I have. Because right now, at the top, we have Spring of Sticks followed by Fireball. This says Spring of Sticks reduces enemies' fire damage reduction. If the enemy has Burning, pursues with dark damage 1 time. That seems pretty good. We also have Infinite, which summons 1 extra tornado with each summon. And Self-Destruction, when Tornado disappears, it deals 60% AoE dark damage once, which is also good. But I feel like, let's go ahead with Boil. Why not? And there comes the Meteor Rats. Alright, now we have Wind's Blessing. The more tornadoes, the higher the basic attack damage and dark damage plus 20%. Or we have Fortune 1, which I think I already have over here. I have Fortune 3 actually. And Punishment of Light 1, in which Blazing Bolt deals an extra damage equal to 30%. Oh, that's a good one to have, because ideally we would want to go off of that as it is part of our thing, but we haven't been able to go toward the Blazing Bolt concept so far, and we have been dealing a lot of dark damage, so it feels like maybe, looking at this, that's the way to go. Let's enhance Wind's Blessing too. Alright, so we can increase dark damage by 50%. We can summon a tornado with the ultimate cast, or tornado has a chance to knock enemies airborne and damage plus 20%. So that's damage, as far as I can tell, across the board. But when it just says damage like that. Whereas over here, this is dark damage specifically. But if we look, dark damage between the tornado and the Spring of Sticks is over half of the damage that we're doing. That can increase by 20% versus increasing all damage, by 50% or increase just damage by 20%. I think we better go with the dark damage increase too. Alright, now we have 630 to spend, so we can get a couple of these guys. We don't want ice damage, obviously. There is Dark Burn Potion, has a 20% chance to inflict dark burn when dealing damage. And we have some things that go along with that at this point. So that's something to consider. Certainly. I'm checking to see what else we might have here. Spring of Sticks reduces enemy's fire damage reduction if the enemy has burning, pursues with dark damage one time. Goes along with it quite well. I could have gotten some other things that dealt with burning, and that I didn't do it because I didn't have anything. Um, there's also restores 15 rage per second, and has a 10% chance to inflict Winter's Bite when dealing damage. That slows them down and does a little bit of damage, as I recall. So that's a good one. But we're gonna first go with Dark Burn Potion for sure. And I think 15 rage per second. I'm not sure what the right answer here is. We could slow them down and allow more hits, or we could restore 15 rage per second. I think we'll go with the rage regen, I suppose, and then skip on. Okay, we can increase our tornado damage. That is the lowest damage dealer that we have. We could increase our dark damage by 30%, or we could do some stuff with the fireballs again, because we're back to that. Each basic attack has a 20% chance to trigger 2 fireballs damage plus 20%. So again, that's damage overall plus 20%. And increasing fireballs, we are doing decently with the fireballs, not great. Spring of Sticks plus Tornado is 58% of the damage right now that we're dealing. However, if Chain Blade 2 increases everything by 20%, then it would also increase the dark damage by 20%. Maybe that's the way to go. Alright, we'll do that. We'll go with Chain Blade 2. Doesn't make sense on the surface, but I think it makes sense at some point. Fire damage has a chance to inflict burning. Enemies damaged by burning have a chance to leave behind pools, burning pools upon death. I can't read today, apparently. Or we can increase Spring of Sticks' damage for every 40 enemies killed across all skills. And right now, our biggest damage is Spring of Sticks. I like all the burning stuff, but I think I'm gonna go with the Spring of Sticks. Let's do it. We're actually 3 mastery points away from getting an awakened skill in the fireballs and the fire in general, and actually 2 points away in the light. So those are also things that to be considered. 2 points away in dark as well. Alright, so dark damage increase 1 would give us 30% more dark damage. Nether Calamity 2 would increase 1 Spring of Sticks with each cast and give us 20% damage. Smash 2. I think we already have a Smash. Yes, we have a Smash 1. So the thing that would add on here would be the damage plus 10%. So better get Nether Calamity than it would get Smash 2. Yes, I think that's what I'm going to do. Nether Calamity 2. And now we're only 1 point away in dark from having another awakened skill. Which, that's a good one right there. Proliferate 3 has a chance to spawn 1 Spring of Sticks when enemies die and damage plus 40%. Yeah, that's going to be the right one to go with. That opens up an awakened skill. So, we have the more tornadoes, the higher the attack speed. Ultimate effect duration plus 10%, and during the ultimate, it unleashes 1 Spring of Sticks every 5 seconds. That's what I'm going to do with Overdrive. Domain of Sticks deals 150% dark AoE damage to all enemies, knocks back all enemies, and inflicts slow on them. Cooldown of 20 seconds. That's very good. Let's confirm that. Alright, now we have all dark things to choose from. Expansion 2 expands Spring of Sticks range, damage plus 20%, that's good. Proliferate 2 has a chance to spawn 1 Spring of Sticks when enemies die. We already have that, I think. Proliferate. We have a lot of things over here. Proliferate 3 is what we actually have. Wind's Blessing, the more tornadoes, the higher the basic attack damage. Let's go with Expansion 2, because we get that 20%, and also the Spring of Sticks will expand. It's nice. Alright, we can increase our gold by 200, which is pretty tiny. We can get 2 refreshes, which might be nice, or we could increase our light damage by 20%. Our light damage is ridiculously low. Let's go for the refreshes, because those may actually come in handy. Alright, we've got Proliferate 2. We already have Proliferate 2. Or we have Proliferate 3. We actually have Proliferate 3. So we would probably still get the damage plus 20%. Damage increase 1 on the fireballs would increase fireball damage by 40%. Or damage increase 1, Spring of Sticks damage plus 40%. Well, Spring of Sticks is currently accounting for 71% of the damage. So I think that makes the most sense. Now we've got this. This is very good. Spring of Sticks potion. Spring of Sticks has a chance to restore the fence's HP when it kills enemies. I like that. And I think that's the best thing here. Ice damage is useless, obviously. Freeze potion is good, has a 10% chance to inflict Witcher's Bite when dealing damage. And then the AoE potion is obviously AoE increase. So let's get Witcher's Bite. Do I also want to get AoE damage? I don't know. This Domain of Sticks does a lot of AoE damage. Let's go ahead and get it. Alright. Skip. And at that point, it's like you can, if you clear the whole row, you get all of the potions, then you get more that open up for you to choose from. So if you're able to do that, then sometimes it's a good idea to get something that you may not otherwise want, just to be able to have more options. But if you don't have enough gold left to be able to afford more on the next screen, then there's no reason to do that. Alright. We have Celerity 3, which decreases the Spring of Sticks cooldown by 1 second, and it increases your damage by 40%. We have Expansion 1, which expands Tornado's range. We have Charge 2, which increases Tornado effect duration and damage plus 20%. Clearly, Celerity 2 is the correct answer here. I'm having faint hopes that I may make it above level 20 after all, in spite of all of the disaster that it's been. We'll see. Alright, where are we at? We need two more dark spells, or 2 more dark mastery points in order to get another awakened skill for the mastery. We also have Light of Thunder 3, which increases the blazing bolt quantity by 1 and the light damage by 20%. Now, the light damage doesn't matter as much right now, but the quantity of blazing bolts is good because we could gain more gold if we had more blazing bolts. That's feeling like the right way to go, and we'll only be 1 point away from mastering that, which is of questionable validity right now, but I like it anyway. Let's do it. Getting a little closer. Sketchy stuff. We are on wave 20. Alright, so we have Punishment of Light 2. Now, keep in mind that will give us an awakened skill if we get that. It deals, Blazing Bolt deals an extra damage equal to 30% gold. Light damage plus 10%. That's pretty good. Overdrive Blowout 3. That's a fireball thing. During the ultimate, it has a chance to trigger 2 consecutive fireballs and damage plus 40%. I already have an Overdrive Blowout for the fireballs. And then Charge 2 increases tornado effect duration damage plus 20. Let's go with Punishment of Light 2 and start dealing some damage. from the amount of gold that we have. Alright, now, Shock, Blazing Bolt stuns enemies for 1 second and can trigger up to 1 time per enemy. Blowout, Blazing Bolt triggers 1 additional time, reduces base damage by 30%. That's kind of good because we don't care that much about the base damage being reduced. Then it's kind of also not good because we don't want to decrease the amount that we're dealing with the extra 30% of our gold damage that we just added on there. This one is much better. Overdrive. During the ultimate, additionally triggers Blazing Bolt every 2 seconds. So we get more Blazing Bolt and no detriment. So let's go with that. Alright, now. Right now, what do things look like? Okay, Spring of Sticks is doing 85% of the damage. That's insane. Followed by Fireball at a distant 8%, and then Blazing Bolt at 3, Tornado at 2. So, increasing the fire damage, that's negligible. Luck plus 8, we like that decently well. Burning Potion has a 10% chance to inflict burning for 5 seconds when dealing damage. Did I already get that? I may have, I don't know. Twin Nature over here is nice because each light mastery increases dark damage and each dark mastery increases light damage. That one we definitely want. Alright, now, the burning thing, I don't know, maybe? We have 910 points left. We could clear this row out. And let's probably do it. We won't have much left to spend, but we do have enough to get something. So there's that burning potion again. I definitely just got it. We could increase our attack plus 40. We don't want any ice damage. We don't have any of that kind of thing going on. I don't know if the potions stack. Do each one trigger separately and they each have a 10% chance to inflict burning? Really not sure if that works that way or not. The mechanics of this are some confusion to me. It caused me some anyway. I could do attack plus 40%. I mean, that seems like an okay thing. Yeah, we've got, look at that light damage increase and the dark damage increase. That's nice. Have a little bit of luck going. I guess I could get the burning potion again. I'm not sure that it stacks. I want it to, but I'm not sure that it does. Let's go for it anyway. I don't feel like I'm doing enough damage to these guys. They're definitely not going down quickly enough. It's only level 22, and I think they should be dropping faster. I think I may actually go for the Razor Edge one just because, and I don't know if it's going to help, but it'll put us 1 point closer to an Awaken, and we're pretty close to an Awaken right now. However, we could increase our light damage by 20%, which would also increase our dark damage because we have that they go hand in hand thing. So I think I will do that. Let's increase the light damage. I hope that helps. Light damage is extremely low comparatively. Spring of Sticks is still up there, and now it's even pulled up a little bit more. And that's good because it indicates that maybe getting that light spell was helpful. Okay, we got the stage difficulty increase, so we could get 200 gold, we could get 2 refreshes, or we could get attack plus 10. None of this is phenomenal. Let's go with attack plus 10. Alright, we could do Chain Blade 1. Each basic attack has a 20% chance to trigger 2 fireballs. Expansion 1 expands Spring of Sticks range, or Expansion 2 expands Tornado's range and damage plus 20%. Let's expand Spring of Sticks' range. Let's do more. More Springs of Sticks. Alright, now we once more have the opportunity to get a freeze potion. 20% chance to inflict Winter's Bite when dealing damage. That's a good thing to have, and I've skipped over it lots. I'm going to take it. We could increase our attack speed by 20. That seems good. And our single target damage by 30. Yes. Alright. Why not? Grab that physical damage plus 20 and see what's on here. This is a better potion. It has a 20% chance to inflict dark burn when dealing damage. There's also crit damage plus 20, dark damage plus 30, and attack plus 40. Let's do dark damage plus 30. Seems obvious, right? And then we could do crit damage plus 20. Yes, let's do that. Alright. Now, move forward. Due to adjustments to the Demon Soldier bonuses in the Pantheon, the opening of Gladiator's Gauntlet will be delayed until 4 o'clock UTC -8. Please check the announcement for details. There you go. Alright, now, damage increase 3 would increase tornado damage by 80%. Well, our tornado damage is negligible. Punishment of Light 2, however, something to consider is that we'll give us an awaken if we do that. Punishment of Light 2, Blazing Bolt deals an extra damage equal to 30% gold and light damage plus 10%. Ember 3, enemies damaged by burning have a chance to leave behind burning pools of death. Pools upon death, although pools of death could also be awesome. Fire damage plus 20%. We have a lot of burning stuff going on now, I think. So we could do that. The fire damage is not wonderful. Yeah, I'm not so sure about it really. Light damage increase would also increase the dark damage. But I think I'm gonna go for that awaken skill. Tornado damage is not gonna matter. Light damage plus 10%. Nah, gotta go with the tornado thing. Alright, shouldn't have gone with the tornado thing because I've got tornado things. Wow, alright, when tornado disappears, deals 60% AoE dark damage once. Tornado attacks have a chance to strike twice. Let's see what do we have going here with the tornadoes. The more tornadoes, the higher the basic attack damage. And dark damage plus 20. Alright, so that's okay, I guess. So we could summon one extra tornado with each summon and increase the number of tornadoes that we have. Okay. Alright, let's do it. That was unfortunate. We're in wave 28 at the moment. Still hanging in there. It's not going well though. They're beginning to move forward, and you know the choices made are going to take their toll. Blazing Bolt has a chance to gain gold when killing enemies. That's Fortune 3. Raise Your Edge 3. Basic attack has a chance to summon one Spring of Sticks and dark damage plus 20%. Proliferate 1 has a chance to spawn one Spring of Sticks when enemies die. Well, which ones of the Raise Your Edges do I already have? I have 2. Gaining gold when killing enemies is all fine and well. But I think I'm gonna go with increasing the dark damage by 20%. We have here the Winter's Bite thing again, which I'm not sure is terribly useful for us. We can increase the fire damage, which is negligible, but let's do it. Critical damage and Winter's Bite, sure. Now, do we want to waste 175? Sure, let's go for it. Waste 175, see what we get. Alright, we can increase our Dark Mastery points by 1. Single target damage plus 30 seems good. So, 20% chance to inflict Dark Burn when dealing damage. I think we go with the Dark Mastery plus 1. Good enough. See if we can get that up high enough to do anything with. I don't know. If I lay into it, maybe I can before we die. Doesn't look real good. Able to hold them back barely. It's not grand. And as you can see, we need still a little bit. Now we get another one. If I want to try to get another Dark Mastery point, I better just take whatever is in the dark stuff, no matter what it is. The goal being to get another awaken, obviously. Okay, so we can increase our luck by 5, gold by 200, or attack by 10. Let's go with attack plus 10 for now. Having no reasonable options. Unfortunately, I think we did get the thing that heals the gate if we kill enemies. So that ought to keep us from being quite as dead as it looks like we're about to be. But I don't know. We'll see. It did heal the gate a little. I just saw it. So we do have some dark damage options here. 1 Spring of Sticks when casting the ultimate and damage plus 20. Or a chance to spawn 1 Spring of Sticks when enemies die. Damage plus 20. What do we have so far? Do we have Proliferate and Overdrive 2? I'm pretty sure we have both of them, but let's make sure. We do. Proliferate 3, as a matter of fact. So let's do chance to spawn when the enemies die. 10-second cooldown on the Spring of Sticks ultimate. So sure, do that. Barely held them off at the moment. Alright, we can increase our dark damage plus 30. That seems obvious. Restores 10 rage per second. Maybe. Actually, we can take all of these because these are all cheap and it'll help everything across the board. And then we go dark damage and light damage. And you know what? I think we're just going to take them all again to see if we can get some more stuff here. Need something to help. What else could we get that would be helpful? Attack speed? Critical damage? Both of those. How about? Let's get both of those. Alright. Now, does that help? Who knows? Appeared to. Something did. Something went off and did awesomeness, blew stuff up, and caused that wave to have a bit of a setback, which is exactly what we need to have. Need to get another one of these, and we can have some mastery. So let's go with Spring of Sticks. This is Mire 2, we already have it. But then there's Summons One Tornado with the ultimate cast and damage plus 20. So that's Overdrive for this. Yeah, sure, let's do that. Damage plus 20%, that seems good. Then we have Self-Destruction when Tornado disappears, does 60% damage, AoE damage. The more tornadoes, the higher the attack speed, or tornado attacks have a chance to strike twice. Oh, why not, I could refresh. Should I refresh? Sure, let's try it. The more tornadoes, the higher the attack speed. This is exactly the same thing. All right, cool. Let's go with the middle option. So note to self: refreshing at times like those, not helpful. Not helpful at all. It's going poorly. Wave 40, by the way. So that was not bad, all things considered. Did not expect to get that far because things were bad. Um, most of the damage was from 92% was from Springer Stakes. It's hilarious. Okay, alright, complete. Alright, so I'll close this, go to quests, and claim challenge one time daily during the event. Gives me 10 auto fight chances. Eliminate 16 waves of monsters during the event. Gives me 50 diamonds. 32 waves is a huge stamina potion. Fighting for more than 16 waves is 50 diamonds. More than 24 waves is 10 cleaning these rats. Fighting for more than 32 waves is 10 ancient summoning crystal shards. So there you go. It's okay. It's not too shabby. Alright, get out of here. And we have this background fight that has ended, giving us 76,000 coins, 9,270 XP potions, various gear pieces, 215 Vault in the Sands trophies, 215 Brave Conquest points, and 10 Demon Soldier shards for the Skeleton Shamans. Cool. Alright. Now, where are we on, what's it, Brave Conquest? Not quite at the point we need to be to get those auto fight chances. I want to at least get those. It makes sense to do that. So why don't I put some more auto fight chances into it so that I can get some auto fight chances out of it, right? So let's go here and 2 times is probably not going to do it. Let's do 5 times. And we need 74 stamina. So let's use 1 of these. And then 2 of these. And that'll get us there. Quick start. Minimize. And I think that might be sufficient to get us to where we need to be there. Occurs to me I should check and see. Oh yeah, I haven't pulled into 2nd place on this. You know, not that it'll necessarily remain there, but it's not bad. Alright, so that'll go for a whole minute. We got old Blue Root over here with some options that I'm not interested in. So we will refresh his page and see if I like anything here better. No, not so much. Not any better. Refresh again. And I like the auto fight chances, I guess. I will take those. Sorry, my shoe randomly came untied. How my shoe came untied while I was sitting still, I don't know, but it did. Alright, so let's do the auto fight chances for 20,000 gold. Yes, do it. Alright. Now, get out of there, and I'm 2 of 5 of those battles. I should really go to bed because it is 1:40 in the morning. But I really would like to get this Brave Conquest thing. At least these auto fight chances. It feels like I'm so close, and it's just silly not to. I need 55 points. And how many points do we get? Let's see. How can I get 55? So I feel like surely we have enough here. Um, so for each piece you get, let's see, I'm getting mostly legendary and mythic at this point. So say we'll go low and say 15 per, even if we did 15 per battle, we should have enough. Because I've done 5 battles here, and that should be sufficient. That's going to be 75 points at minimum, and I only need 55 points. So theoretically, that ought to cover it one way or another, assuming I don't somehow lose the auto battles. Alright, well, let's go see what we have over here. We've got, in the mine, 2 Insignia of Endurance 3s, 3 Mithril, 2 Insignia of Melee Attack 2s, 1,350 gold, 14 stamina, and 2,300 XP potions. Well, that's all fine and well. I like it. I wonder what I ought to be doing next in the way of, like, the storyline, for instance. I've been neglecting it. H5-14. Let's go look at it at least. Clear the stage with no hero killed. Clear the stage with soul core intact. What's the deal with it? Batwing's Banshees. Batwing, okay. We got Poison Mage, Mutant, Rodent, Scalping Soldiers, and Rippers. Well, we've got 1 portal to defend, lots of spots to put people, and 3 ground portals and 1 sky portal. Let's go ahead and do that. I have no idea who I have out here. I doubt it matters terribly. I'm sure this will be fine. Right? I think so. I don't want to do the takeover. That's no fun. I could bring Maul. I think he could have a chance to do something. Yeah, we won't bother with it. We'll just go with whatever I've got here. Alrighty, so glancing at what I have available, I think I'll throw him out. And then, I guess, Brienne here. Could put Brienne over there and just kind of kill that stuff that's sitting there. How about that instead? That seems fun. Make things go a little faster. Hey. Yeah, look at that. Perhaps blockade over there. What if I just put him here? And then I wonder if I could have just put arrogance nearer over there and finished it off a little sooner. I wonder if this will work. We can just make this go faster. Possibly. Maybe right there, we could hit everybody. Can't quite finish that one off until it gets ever closer to Brienne. But maybe I could if I put a knife right there. Ain is gonna get killed, but that's okay. Well, maybe I could throw her down over here to help with that. got 25 diamonds, 470 XP potions, and 1200 coins for that. It's a-okay. Ah, and the background fight is complete. So we got 38,000 coins, 4,635 XP potions, a bunch of gear, 95 Vault in the Sands trophies, 95 Brave Conquest points, and 1 Demon Soldier Shard for the Lizard Flying Model. Cool. Alright, let's get out of there. Let's see if we got it. Looks like we got it. Alright, we can't do these, unfortunately, these ancient summon crystals, but we got the auto battle tokens, and that's cool. Good enough. Okay, well then, I think I better take off. It's been a pleasure streaming with you all, and it was always lovely talking to you. So, hopefully I'll see you next time. Be sure to follow me if you're not, and turn on notifications so you can see next time I go live. Hopefully I will see you then. Have a good night.